Gee, salutes to TOP. See you next time, Space Cowboy. Now we can cast. It's okay. It's okay. Now Kiwian can cast. As we're getting to our first series here, top left we do have our Brood War Zerg player in 3 points. Bottom right we do have our SC2 Terran in GuMiho. Let's go. Let us go as we're diving into our best of 5. Oh, as we do have a bit of a pause. Hopefully everything's okay. But it's possible that he might just have to get his hotkeys. Maybe there's some like hotkey issues. Just because he's on a different setup. Okay, we're good. We're good to go. This is when like the PC cafe internet goes down. No. Stay with us, Pappy. Stay with us. The bad internet is just a plague that's like following GuMiho around. Aye. Stay with us. Kieran Rocks, he's a great guy. He's very entertaining. Very entertaining. Thank you, Ian. Ooh, as yeah, it looks like there might be some other issues here. And hopefully everything's okay. It's all good. Yeah, it's all good. Another thing when it comes to playing at a PC cafe is that there are also like people around as well. Yeah. Looks like Hab1, he's letting us know that it looks like GuMiho has to fix up some hotkeys. So some hotkeys are a little bit messed up. All good. Oh, okay, it's good. Okay, so hopefully everything is good to go as we are getting into our first game of the series. Getting to our first game. He shoots down the packets. He shoots them down. They're lost, Pappy. They're lost. Oh no. He's causing interference with the 5Gs, man. Oh no. GuMiho. The 6th G. As from here we are setting up. So far we do have a standard opener here out of GuMiho going Rax Expand. Going for his Rax Expand. Likewise, we see 3 points setting up standard as well back at home. Hatch Gas Pool. So far, so good. Everything's looking normal. Welcome one to Maganatha. Maganatha is one of the larger maps in the map pool. Larger map, longer rush distance by ground. And we do typically expect to see longer games on Maganatha. Now, when it comes to the previous series, 3 point, he was hyper aggressive against GuMiho. We saw a lot of all-ins, we saw a lot of 2-base Muta, we saw a lot of 2-base Lurker as well. So he was very in the face of GuMiho. Here, for the first time, we have a much more tame opener out of 3 points. Meanwhile, GuMiho going proxy what? Proxy Factory? Is he going proxy Factory into proxy Starport into Hellion Drop? Like, what's happening? What? What? Show us the reactor, show us the starports. As GuMiho is setting up across the map. Okay. GuMiho. Again, I'm leaning towards Hellion Drop, but we'll see. This is when he throws down like a tech lab. And he goes Thor Drop. It's gotta be the reactor, right? It's gotta be. There's the starports. Here comes a Hellion. So it is going to be a Hellion drop, but it's not reactored Hellion. Okay. So no reactored Hellion, which I think it's fine. I think you can still make 4 Hellions in time for the medevac. So going proxy Hellion drop. Meanwhile, we do have a 3 point going into his own Hydra Den. But he's not rushing into Lair. He's not rushing into Lair. He's not rushing into Lurkers. This is a more standard game state. Remember, when it comes to Brood War Zerg, like Ling into Hydra into Lurker is very standard, very meta. Just because you don't have any Banelings, you don't have any Roaches or Ravagers, so your compositions are a little bit more limited, at least in the early to mid game. Side defense is on the way. Because you have no queens and because in general the Zerg army is just less robust, you do need to rely on these spine crawlers, on these sunken colonies to defend. The colonies are finishing up just in time. GuMiho pokes out, and so far 3-point is keeping up. Here comes that drop. Looks like it's going to be just 2. We're waiting for a 3rd. Okay, so a 3rd Hellion, so a triple Hellion drop into the main. Lings move out across the map. Hydras are amassing. 3-point, he should have some units to defend. As the drop gets spotted. And Hydras, they respond. Oh, we have the armory. Okay. I did not notice. My apologies, but the armory is done. Going for a Hellbat drop. Going full hard of the swarm. Okay. We're getting on top of the Hydras. Hydras, some of them are going down. Getting 1, 2, up to 3 Hydra kills. Ooh, but that's going to be 12 SCVs. Oh my god, Lings! They pop up across the map. 13 SCVs going down. Ay, ay, ay. GuMiho's all in. GuMiho is all in. He has to end the game here and now. But the Hydras, they're buying time. Hydras are buying time. Drones, they got away. There's not that many Hydras. They do survive. As Liberation has arrived, they're forcing out the Hydras. Hellbats, they drop on the Hydras. Oh my god, they drop on the Hydras. The Hydras, they melt. The Hydras, they're made out of paper. Oh my god. The Hellbat jumped on top of the Hydras and took down like 4 of them at once. It's crazy. Jesus. And then GuMiho, he may have just done it. He may have just done it here. As he's overwhelming the army, there are some reinforcements. Oh, once again, the Hellbat drops on top of the Hydras. The Hellbat drops, let's go. Jumps on the Hydras, does overwhelm. I mean, the boys are surviving. He's buying time. Oh god, the boys are being pulled into Hellbats. As 1 Hellbat is finally going to go down. He loses 1, loses 2. There's 1 Hellbat left. And 3-point holds. Wow, 3-point, he barely holds on. Imagine this game if 3-point didn't pop off across the map. Ooh, if he didn't kill, what was it, 14 SCVs? If he didn't kill those workers, then 3-point would be dead. But no, he's in this. He's still in this. Worker counts are comparable to each other. We do have more factories on the way. We can see Proxy Banshee with Hyperflight Rotors. GuMiho. He's an animal, Pop. He's an animal. Proxy gets found. And 3-point, he should deny this. GuMiho does flip back. He's building up his Banshees. Getting into mech behind this, of course. Getting into mass tank production. And the game is going to slow down. Straight up, the game is going to slow down. Both players took their losses. Hyperflight Rotors is denied. No. Someone steer the starport. Starport is going to go down. We have some battle mech on the way. And again, we're just in a really weird game state. So on the one hand, yes, we have mech out of GuMiho, but his economy is lackluster because he lost so many workers. His 3rd CC is delayed, so he's stuck on 2 bases. It's a bit of a shaky start for the mid-game for both players. And 3-point is going for an all-in. Look at the worker count here. 3-point, he cuts workers at 35. He's on 2 base saturation. Yeah, 3-point is not droning. 3-point is not droning. He's going for the all-in. Speaking of not droning, a couple of drones are going down, but he doesn't care. He doesn't care. It's all about this. But he's walking into 3 bunkers. There's a wall of bunkers here. We have tanks behind as well. 1 bunker goes down. He gets 1. He gets 2. There's 1 bunker left. And no more Lings, just Hydras. Mass repair in the bunker, and GuMiho holds. GuMiho, he's holding. And he's still killing drones across the map, still denying mining time. 3 points falling further behind. He has to end the game. has to end it. Going in. Gets a tank. Gets one. Gets one tank. The boys are being pulled. SVs are falling. Nice hold position micro. SVs, they pull away. They pull away, and GuMiho, he will shut this down. They chase out the final Hydras. GG gets called. The all-in fails, and GuMiho will take game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played again. At 3-point, he cut workers at 35. He cut workers at under 2 base saturation, so cut workers very early on and committed into an all-in. Unfortunately, GuMiho, even though he didn't really scout what was going on, he already had 3 bunkers. He had 3 bunkers at his own natural base. He was fully fortified, and he was able to cripple the economy even further, just picking off any drones, just ensuring that 3-point could not macro behind it. And GG. GG, well played again. Nice foresight from GuMiho to fully wall up his natural to be ready for anything. And with that, GuMiho takes a lead. GuMiho does take a lead. And now we're getting into game number 2. And I do like this, actually. 3-point, he is really well versed with Brood War Zerg, that is true. But 3-point, he's switching to SE2 Zerg, and he's forcing GuMiho to play Brood War Terran. And GuMiho, the one time he played Brood War Terran, he lagged out. Like, GuMiho, he has not been he has yet to really prove himself with Brood War Terran. For those that are coming in from the raid, for those that are unaware, there are certain players in this tournament that are not familiar with StarCraft Evolution as much as others. Some players are really experienced, like 3-point, like Björn, like Shin as well. There are some, like Classic, there are some really experienced pro players that are really well versed in StarCraft Evolution. There are others that are, for the most part, playing for almost the first time, like GuMiho. GuMiho, he has not dedicated as much time to StarCraft Evolution, so because of that, his Brood War Terran, at least in my eyes, is a little bit more rough around the edges. But we'll see. We'll see what he brings to the table. We'll see how he can take it to 3-point. We go. There are no pilots in this starport. Oh no. It's full of Marines. They don't know how to fly. As we do have a hatch first here out of our Zerg player. We'll see if he goes hatch pool into another hatchery. We have seen a lot of gasless openers at a 3-point. Could be the case here as well. We saw it against Kiwian, and here he is going hatch gas pool. Okay, not going gasless. So relatively standard opener at a 3-point. Meanwhile, GuMiho going Rax expand. And actually, what we haven't actually seen during the group stage so far, whether it was Group A or now Group B, we haven't seen Vulture play. We have seen Kiwian play mech, but he went for like a more traditional form of mech, going into tank, like going into tank then into BC. Like, we haven't really seen much Vulture heavy play, and we're not going to see it here either. Oh no! As I think GuMiho has to set up his hull keys for Brood War Terran. So I think he has to set up his hull keys. But that is a second rack. So it looks like GuMiho is going for a 3-rack sim timing. It looks like he's not going for mech. Maybe next time. As looks like he needs some time to set up. Yeah, it is he is setting up his hull keys. So set up his hull keys. Understandable, just because Brood War Terran has its own separate hull key layouts. That has to be fixed up, and here we go. I would have thought that Hydras would have made the Hellbats die very quickly, with them not being light tagged and having armored bonus damage. What's wrong there? Oh yeah, I was thinking similarly. I was specifically thinking because they're not light, they would be able to tank a little bit more, but they're very low HP and they're still quite fragile units, even not having the light tag. But I was also expecting them to be a little bit more robust in that fight. But yeah, they just got roasted back. Meanwhile, we can see GuMiho setting up safety bunker on the low ground. That is currently, I believe, second Rax. Where's the third Rax, by the way? Oh wait, no, sorry, that was his third Rax. So we're expecting again 3 Rax sim. Academy has been thrown down. getting to stim, getting to his bio setup. Now, the build that GuMiho is going for is very common, very meta, and 3-point he's played against it plenty of times. He has plenty of experience. We have seen either roach-based defenses, we have seen Ling Bane as well. As long as you can cut workers early on, you should be okay. And there it is, Bane the Nest is on the way. I'm hearing this right, SE races have advantages from SU races. They have advantages and disadvantages. We speak about this all the time. I think a good example of that is mobility. In general, the brutal races are less mobile. They're straight up less mobile than their SE2 counterparts. An example of that is we're getting into our bio setup, for example, is there's no medevacs, right? Medevacs don't exist. You do have dropships, but dropships, they don't have the boost ability. They're not as mobile. They're a little more niche as well in actually teching into dropships. So again, the bio army is just less mobile. For a Protoss, same thing. There's no recall, there's no blink, because you have Dragoons, of course. There's no warping mechanic. For Zerg players, likewise, it's, yeah, just very different. I would say there's like a little bit less flexibility when it comes to army compositions. They're just different races. I think that's maybe the best way of putting it. When you think of like Broodor Terran and SE2 Terran, they're just different. They're the same in name only, and they have like a couple of similarly named units, but like they play out very differently. As GuMiho does stim across the map, we do have some Ling Bane ready for this though. Fire Batsa gets targeted down, and with that 3-point, he should hold on. And he will hold down to 3 Marines. Fire Batsa tanked well, and can we get into the mineral line? Up! Does get in, and gets one. Gets one drone. Just the one. Just one drone, so nice defense here by 3-point. Now we can saturate, lair has begun, and we can head towards a longer game state. Ideally, GuMiho wanted to find more damage here. Ideally, he wanted to even just break the Zerg, but he fails to do so. Does fail to do so. But yes, you are correct in the assumption that if you see like a Brood War Marine and a SE2 Marine, they're not the same. They're not the same. They're different. Same with like a Brood War Muta and an SE2 Muta. So again, they might be the same in name, but only in name. Even the workers are different, true. I think maybe the closest, I was gonna say like the closest thing is maybe like Overlords, but even then like the Brutal Overlord is a detector, right? Like, as we are getting to irradiate. Trying to figure out why a player will play StarCraft over SE2 races. I don't think that's the way you should be thinking about it. As a reminder, like this mod forces one versus the other. So if, like for example, I would say GuMiho doesn't want to play Brood War Terran, but he's forced to. We force him to. Yeah. Let's go. But they just play differently. They do play differently. What's the best example of that? So I think if you compare Brutal Protoss and SE2 Protoss, you could argue that Brutal Protoss is a little more active. It's a lot more active in its play. Yeah, I think I would agree with that. I think it's a little more active. With your gateway composition, with Storms, with Reavers. I know, they just play out very different. Here we go. go. Hive Tech is on the way. Looks like 3-point is working towards, I would imagine, Ultras again. Yeah, we have melee upgrades. There we go. Ultra Cavern is being thrown down. So a big power spike is on the horizon, taking into Ultra Tech. Let's go. Likewise, GuMiho embracing his mech. Once again, not really getting into any kind of big vulture tech. He's going into mainly tank. He does have some vultures fanning out to harass. We'll see what he can get done. Vultures are being shut down. From here we can see a weak point in the defenses. We only have a couple of tanks here at the natural. Things they bust in, they're getting to the mineral line. Nice run by here from 3-point. Doesn't actually get into the mineral line. They go for the upgrade. Oh, okay. Nice +1. Does focus on the armory. And does 9 +1 at least. An interesting counterattack here. Again, doesn't kill many workers. They move in, going for another tank. Not bad. Tanks are going down. GuMiho's out of position. The tanks are exposed. There's 2 more tanks falling. We do have some nice irradiates. We'll deal with the ultras at least. But those are some big losses for GuMiho, bleeding out most of his tanks. He's heavily supply blocked down to 138 supply. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, brutal supply blow for GuMiho, and 3-point can just remax. He's going to remax. He's going to move out once again. GuMiho's in a rough position. From here, GuMiho, he does at least defend his 4th base, but we should be seeing another wave. We should be seeing another wave soon. There we go. We have 2 more ultras, 36 more lings. Spire just in case. Oh, GuMiho's getting all the upgrades. It's like, what does this do? Let's just get it. Let's just get restoration. Are we even going to make any more medics? We'll see. We'll see. I'm here for it. Lings, they collapse in. Once again, nice irradiate here on the Ultra. Brings out the tank. Oh, as 3-point is rallying quite a lot into this. Yeah, 3-point is overextending. Oh, but drops into... Let's go! Drops into the main! Yeah, drops into the main base, gets on top of the production. GG gets called as GuMiho, he just cannot keep up. And 3-point ties us up. We're tied up here. Tied up 1-1. Again, as we were mentioning, GuMiho, he is less experienced when it comes to brutal or Terran, so this is probably going to be his biggest weak point here when it comes to this series. We'll see if he can overcome that. We'll see if he can show us off. Or show us up even. Let's go. As with that, we're tied up 1-1, and we'll see where we're dropping next. I would imagine that GuMiho is going to be switching back to SE2 Terran, as our next game is going to be on Sylphid. Okay. Again, it is loser's pick. Here we go, but yes, we are going to be loading into Sylphid. If 3-point manages to win a brutal game over GuMiho's SE2, that might be another. I mean, that'll be a huge moment for sure. That'll be huge. Let's go. As spawning on the top side of Sylphid, we do have the Brood War Zerg player. We have the Brood War Zerg. It is 3-point. Oh, that's... As we do have a bit of a pause here. Again, hotkey issues have been a thing. So, GuMiho might just have to fix up some hotkeys once again. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Again, it's just a little bit out of our control. Just to reiterate, GuMiho is not playing from home. He's playing from a PC cafe. Playing from a PC cafe. Oh.
Game resumed.
Good. We're getting into our second game, and the bottom left, of course, is GuMiho with SE2 Terran. Now, welcome on to Sylphid. Personally, this is probably my favorite part about covering this mod is just the maps. The maps are a lot more versatile. They're, in a way, some of them are a little bit more nostalgic, but I do appreciate them. Welcome to Sylphid. Sylphid is a 3-player small map. You can spawn in top side, left side, or right side, and we'll see how fast our players can scout each other. No one is cheesing. We have seen GuMiho go for proxy Raxes in the center of the map before, but not this time. The Rax is back at home, going for something more standard. Because of his Rax location, it looks like maybe 2-Rax Reaper. I wouldn't be fond of that here, though. The reason why I wouldn't be fond of 2-Rax Reaper, fun fact, on Sylphid, there is no Reaper Cliff into the main. There is no Reaper Cliff, so it looks like it's going to be Rax expand into Factory on the low ground. It looks like the special opener. Yeah, it does look like the special opener. Okay. Basically, with this, you can wall up very fast at the natural base. It means that he's not going to have that same 2-Rax Reaper setup, of course, but he will have that SimCity to defend it to protect his own natural. The downside is that most of the production is going to be at the natural base as well, so if the natural is ever broken, then you can end the game. We often do see like Roach all-ins at the natural to try to punish this, but Roaches aren't accessible here to 3-point, so yeah, you could argue this is a little bit safer this time for GuMiho. So go. You can see 3-point is in position to fully wall off. I say fully wall off. Here we go. We have the creep colony on the way, just to make sure he's safe. 3-point, the Overlord Scout is bottom right and left side. He does scout, does confirm. Oh, but the Reaper does get in. Yeah, Reaper slips into the main. Link production has begun. 3-point, he was trying to cut Link production. Ay, ay, ay. He's trying to cut Zerglings. Boys are being pulled. And so far, hasn't lost anything yet. Nice control here. Nice control at a 3-point. Ooh. I say that, I expect to say, no, he will lose two drones go down. Ah, God, not like this. Again, the links were delayed because of the sunken colony. And he gets a 3rd drone. Oof, this is brutal. Brutal damage in the main. 3 drone kills. Link speed is still on the way. Remember, there's no queens for defense, so this Reaper has more free reign. Can we get a 4th drone? No shot. No! Oh, Jesus. Does force another colony. He's coming back. He wants it. He wants that drone. He's coming back for him. Okay, doesn't go for the natural. Doesn't get into the natural. Behind this, a lair is on the way at the natural, and we're going into Hydras. This looks like this could be a Ling Lurker all-in again. Yeah, it looks like another all-in. Just because we're rushing into the lair so quickly. Now, if you remember GuMiho, he's already played against this. He played against this in their previous best of 3, and GuMiho did shut this down. Behind this, though, he's going for a 3rd TC after the starport, so much safer play out of GuMiho. Tanks are building up. Oh, those are Hydra upgrades. Wait. Did he cancel? Wait, what? He had the lair on the way. Did he cancel the lair? Am I crazy? He had the lair in production at the natural base, right? Okay. You have my attention. Yeah, he did. Okay, he canceled the lair. So cancels the lair, gets into his Hydra upgrades. Not going for lurkers. I do like this switch up here. Takes down the Viking. GuMiho is setting up defensively. I'm sure in his mind he's thinking about the lurker all-in. I mean, it's an all-in regardless. Just different kind. Massling Hydra. Second factory's on the way. We need those tanks. Tanks are setting up, and we'll see if GuMiho can survive this. Here we go. The lair now restarts. As they move in, they break through the initial depot. Ooh, but on the depot, yeah, the tank line is too strong. GuMiho, he will shut this down. He will defend. That was a big commitment here from threepoint. The big problem here is that threepoint is down in workers. Hydras are across the map. They're not at home. Oh, okay, they did get here. Single Hydra has arrived. But threepoint's in a rough place. Again, his droning is delayed. His tech is delayed. He was hoping to find some more damage with those Hydras, and he failed to do so. So coming into the mid game, GuMiho is in a better position. Straight up, he's just in a better position. As Hyperflow Rotors is done. Hyperfly Rotors. Banshees, two of them can one-shot drones. And then threatening threepoint. Threepoint rushing into a Queen's Nest. Okay, let's go. Queen's Nest is on the way. This will grant access to Queens, of course, and also Hive Tech. As Hydras, they catch out one of the Banshees. Miscontrol there out of GuMiho. Bit of miscontrol. But what we're expecting at this point is Ling, Hydra, Queen. We're expecting... Good. Jesus, I almost forgot. It's been so long since I've casted SE Evo. Not Fungal, but the equivalent of Fungal that the Queen has. And Snare, that's it. Whew, Jesus. But that's what I'm expecting here, but we'll see. Getting into Drop Lord play. But it's, I mean, I say Ensnare, it's going to be a very tank-heavy composition. Is that a second Queen's? Wait, what? That's a second nest. Did threepoint cancel? Bappy, what's going on? That's a second nest. Okay, it cancels. If you see in the production hub, he just canceled the second nest. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And now amassing up more Hydras. Broodlings good versus tanks? Yes, that is spawn Broodlings, that's it. But we have to make Queens to get that. We need to we're not quite there. Did he cancel the first Queen's Nest? No, sure. He's going mass Hydra. Just pure mass Hydra. Okay, let's go. Going for the Doom drop. The drops are ready. Just pure mass Hydra. Okay. He cuts workers early at 54. He's all in, so less than 3-way saturation. It's all or nothing here for threepoint. He's going for it. Ooh, some of the drop lords are going to be going down. Boys are being pulled. Guessing some of the tanks. There we go. 1, 2, 3 tanks going down. And it looks like threepoint, he may have enough. Some of the tanks that late to siege. Yeah, they're late to siege up. Hydras, they unload. There's 2 tanks left. Down to 1. Can he do it? It's so close. The 1 tank is holding. That 1 tank holds. And GuMiho, he will survive. He will survive. He will cost him 25 SCVs, but he does hold on. And fun fact, he has the greater economy. Still has a better economy, getting to better upgrades. And remember, 3-point, he canceled the Queen Nest for that. Now he started. That's the third time he started the Queen Nest. He's been very indecisive. That's the third time he's getting it. Will it finish this time? As he's going for another drop. He gets spotted. The drop gets scouted. GuMiho, he starts reacting out Vikings. The Queen's Nest will finish this time. Ooh, with the blue flame Hylians, yeah, they're popping off. They catch out some of the Hydras. They're going for the mineral line. Hydra's getting roasted. Drones as well. The hive has begun, and there's Ensnare in production. Let's drop into the main base, but GuMiho's in position. Yeah, the Hellbats, they bully this back. And GuMiho, he's all over 3 points. The Hydras, they melt. Drop Lords go down. 3-point losing more workers, he's down to 60 drones. Very low economy here for 3-point. First Queens are on the way, but again, he's stumbling his way into a longer game. That's a lot of queens, though. 7 queens. Production. Here comes GuMiho, he's moving in. And he's pushing forward. He just has an overwhelming army. There's nothing to defend. GuMiho, he has almost double the supply. He has more than double the army supply. With a mech army as well. And GG gets called 3-point. He has nothing to defend. And GuMiho, he will take a 2-1 lead in the series. Whew, GG. Does take lead again. 3-point, he was so committed, he was so all in with that Hydra base all in off of 54 drones, a very low drone count, just mass pure Hydra. It was a crazy build out of 3-point, and it barely was enough. It just barely wasn't enough. We saw the 1 tank survive, the 1 Thor survived as well. After that defense was game. After defense is what it was game then and there. Here we go, we're getting to our next setup. Yeah, getting in. Looks like there may have been some technical issues when it comes to getting into this game. It's all good. As you can imagine, 3-point, he is going to be playing SE2 Zerg, forcing GuMiho to play Brood War, and we'll see. We'll see if GuMiho can surpass and overcome here and now with his Brood War Terran, or not. Let's go. As we're leading into a 4-player spawn map. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Vermeer, we do have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Brutal Terran. It is GuMiho. Ooh, as we do have a bit of a pause here. And again, hopefully everything is okay. Just fixing up some hotkeys. Okay, we're good. Alright, good. So in the bottom right, we do have GuMiho representing with Brood War Terran. Meanwhile, top right, we do have a 3-point with SC2 Zerg. Here we go. That was some sneaky strats by 3. It was very cheeky. It was, for sure. Is this live? If you're in the chat, the cast is live, but as you can see on the title of the stream, this is a replay cast. This is a replay cast. These matches did occur over the weekend, but we were busy covering other tournaments at the time, so we weren't able to cast it live. But yes, these events did occur over Saturday and Sunday, and we're catching up on those weekend matches of the group stage of StarCraft Evolution. As GuMiho is going CC first. CC first at a GuMiho. Likewise, you do see a 3-point going at Hatch Pool as his own opener. Going gasless. So gasless opener out of a 3-point. We've brought this up now. This is the third time we've seen it. But I believe 3-point is going to go gasless into a roach-based opener. And his hope is that GuMiho goes for a 3-rack stim. If he does, then the 3-point will shut it down. We'll see if GuMiho is aware of other openers. We'll see if we even see like double factory, double vulture based opener into mech. Double factory vulture. But I feel like if we would have seen that, we would have seen the factory before the CC. But we'll keep an eye on GuMiho. As we have racks into factory, okay. GuMiho going for his factory. Getting into what looks to be more of a 1-1-1 setup. With this, he could even head into Wraith production. Could still go double factory. We'll see. As 3-point does find GuMiho. Does find him. I believe GuMiho is still unaware, but he does see the Overlord. Yeah, he does see the trajectory of the Overlord at the natural, so he should be aware. Machine shop is on the way. And we should be waiting for, yep, the starport. So 1-1-1 by GuMiho. No fast stim, no fast academy. With said machine shop, we can head into spider mines and head into a vulture-based opener. Keep an eye on him. Meanwhile, that is a 3-minute lair. Very early lair here by 3-points. And he might even get away with 2-base muta. No shot. We'll keep an eye on him. If you remember, I assumed that this was going to be a roach-based opener, but there's no roach warren yet. But we were all kind of... there it is. Never mind. There's that roach warren. So it looks like it is going to be 2-base roach. Just because of the gasless opener. And this can lead into a longer game stage with Linkbane Roach Ravager into Ultra Tech in a longer game. Technically, 3-point, you could decide to cut workers early, go into like a 3-base economy and go into an all-in. We'll keep an eye on his droning. Meanwhile, GuMiho does research siege mode and is getting into his Wraith production. And into an early science vessel. Sorry, I said science, a science facility, I meant to say. So early science facility control towers in production. Wraith is moving out. And there is that Spire. Initially, if you recall, I was thinking of maybe that 2-base muta play, but then he went Roaches, but Roaches into Spire. Interesting. Here into the main. Now we see the purpose of rushing into the science facility. It was for the early science vessel into irradiate. Interesting. With this, he could like try to erase or mineral lines and go for economic damage. In general, I mean, irradiate is just a solid tool here against Zerg. As a reminder, irradiate is kind of like Power Bomb. It does do just splash damage or AoE damage around itself after you target a unit. Downside is that if the targeted unit dies, then irradiate runs out. So ideally, you do want to use it on some high-value targets and some high HP units, whether it's infestors, whether it's vipers, spellcasters, ultras, of course, lurkers, and of course, could even work nicely against mutas. Can work nicely. GuMiho is going into mech. He's going to be racing that mech. 3-point heads towards the natural, but turrets are in position. Ah, the Spire was scouted. Nice scout there by GuMiho. Yuze find a tank. Ooh, but there's he irradiates. Messy split here from 3-point, but he does split. He even tries to do damage to the Marines. Oh no, the tanks are stuck. Tanks are stuck once again. Nice irradiates. Ooh. It's gonna be 2 more mutas going down. It's a lot of mutas falling so far. This has not been worth it, by the way. These mutas have not paid for themselves, as another muta will fall. With that, GuMiho, he's holding. 3-point has confirmed it is mech, of course. Now he's switching into Mass Roach. We're done with the mutas. And as you can see, 3-point is cutting workers early. He's cutting workers at 60. Does get supply blocked. We'll see if he drones up any further or if he tries to max out with roaches. As 3-point is baiting out some of these irradiates. Trying to scan. 3-point he's pushing. Again, 3-point he barely drones. He's moving out with Mass Roach Ravager. And we'll see if he can break a GuMiho. Nice irradiate on the Ravager. Files, they will connect. This one gets 2 tanks. 2 tanks going down, but he's pushing into a brutal siege line. We'll see if he can break through. Gets another couple of tanks. It's not pretty. Gets one more. And then he backs up. He backs up to the mineral line. The one raised just getting free damage on the army. Boys are being pulled. 3-point he is holding. But his army has sustained himself. The miles! Bit of friendly fire. But he does knight the third. That's all he wanted. That's all he wanted. He's nice mining at the third base. Cripples the economy. GuMiho defends the natural, but his army is so immobile. Land a couple of irradiates, but the damage has been done, and from here, 3-point, he can just back up. You can just back off. I believe he's still not... Okay, he does drone. He does make some workers, and now finally he's taking up. After he deals the damage, we have gases being taken. He's droning on up. Infestation bit just now finishing up as well. He's actually going back into muta play. Okay. He's going back into mutas. Not too many, though. Only 5 mutas in production. 5 mutas can one-shot SCVs, but this might just be to dive in and maybe even try to snipe the science vessels. I don't know if you... I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced by the 5 mutas, but sure. We'll see what he can do. As mutas are trying to dive on the science vessels, but the vessels do get away. Get away, mutas looks like they maybe find a tank. They will. Okay, they get a couple of tanks, no anti-air. It's 1, 2 tanks going down. As we irradiate every single muta. This is one way to deal with it. So let's irradiate all the mutas, they will all go down. Hey, they got like, what, 3 tanks? It's an okay trade. And 3-point is max. He's maxing out with a pure Ling Roach Ravager. Remember, he has the economic lead. GuMiho is catching up in workers, but he has to spend so much money and time rebuilding workers. And on top of that, there's barely any radiates left. Ooh, true. He just burned, what, 3 to 4 radiates? He burned so many. And now he doesn't have any. Yeah, he has, what, 1 irradiate left. Yeah, the final irradiates. We do see 3-point is pushing his way in, takes down the siege line. The science vessels, they do nothing. They do nothing. And with that 3-point, he's done it. 3-point, he has done it. He has broken the back of GuMiho, and we are going to the ace match. And GG, well played. 3-point, he breaks GuMiho. Again, the mutas, they did pay for themselves. They didn't really do much damage, but they forced out so many irradiates before the main fight. So GuMiho, he only had 1 irradiate left for the Ling Roach Ravager, and with that 3-point, he overwhelmed. Did break through, and we're going all the way to the ace match. Let's go. We're going to the ace match. Go Este Neo Shaggy in the chat. Ga, papi, ga. Este Neo. Ay. Good to see you, papi. Good to see you. As we're getting into the ace match here, it's going to be on Purity and Industry. It all ends here. It all ends on this final game, this final map. As spawning in the top right hand corner of Purity and Industry, we do have the blue Zerg player. We have the Brood War Zerg. It is 3-point. And on the top side, we do have GuMiho for SE2 Terran. No surprises here. So GuMiho, he's won every game that he's played StarCraft 2 Terran, and he's lost every game that he's played Brood War Terran. But again, I should also emphasize as well, not saying that Brood War Terran is worse, but GuMiho is less versed. He's less versed with Brood War Terran, straight up. Like, again, like GuMiho, he's one of the players that got invited into the tournament. He got invited, and he's not necessarily one that does play much StarCraft Evolution. So again, he's just relying on his SE2. He's relying on it. And it's brought him this far. True, it has brought him this far. Could take him all the way. Brutal Rushes trade well versus S2 tanks. Brutal tanks. Bearing in mind that a big reason why that worked as well as it did is because GuMiho's economy was stifled. He lost a lot of workers, which meant that because he had to rebuild all those workers, it meant that he had less of an army to support his tanks, referring to vultures, spider mines. Again, you do need that supportive army. You need something to buffer, ideally, for your tank counts, and he didn't have anything because he couldn't afford anything because all of the earlier damage. On top of that as well, there was maybe a chance where he could have survived. We could have made a game out of that, but we spoke about the irradiates, right? We spoke about the lack of irradiates because he spent so many and burned so many on those mutas. There was that much less for that main force as well, which could have been a deterrent, which could have bought him some more time. So there's kind of a lot that came into play there. But 3-point, he was in the driver's seat, and here we go. We're now getting into our next game. Again, looks like there was a bit of a hockey issue, but looks like it should be resolved. Fingers crossed. As we get into the final game of the series, and now we've switched places as in the top side, as they had to remake. They had to remake the game, but in the top side we do have a 3-point, and on the right side we do have GuMiho. So again, GuMiho rocking SE2, 3-point rocking Brood War. Coming into this, I have to favor GuMiho. I have to favor him because he is rocking, or he is playing what he's comfortable with. We'll see if 3-point can catch him with his pants down. See if he can catch him. So you just hear the drones munching. Sound effect of the drones. For now, opening up hatch first. Welcome to Purity and Industry. This is an older Legacy of the Void map from back in 2021. It's been a couple of years since this map has been in tournament rotation. It's been quite some time. But there have been some changes made, of course, removing some of the slow zones, removing some of the rocks. But the big feature, of course, of this map is the short rushes by air and those slow zones in between the bases. On top of that, the island as well, which may also be a factor. I say may also be a factor. We've seen a lot of shorter games so far. We've seen a lot of aggression, a lot of shorter games. We haven't really been able to embrace any kind of like maxed out army versus maxed out army, and I don't expect that to change here. Oh, as GuMiho does go for a CC first into 2-axe follow-up. Very greedy here out of GuMiho, going for an earlier stim timing. We'll see if he throws down another axe. Yep, there it is, 3-axe. So CC first into 3-axe follow-up into a very strong stim timing. The Overlord for the most part does confirm. And it's going to be up to 3point to survive this. No boy. Now, we have seen 3point up against this similar style against Kiwian, if you remember. In his series against Kiwian on Vermeer, we saw that 3point, he was able to go for a Lurker Rush, and because, specifically, GuMiho's build delays the factory. It delays the factory, it delays tank production, so we saw that the early Lurker Rush was able to excel against this, but we can see that 3point, he's going into link speed. He's investing into link speed, he's not rushing into an early lair. He's left the hometown hero of SE. We've been playing since the first tournament of SE Evo like a full year ago at this point. Yeah, 3point has been around in SE Evo for a really long time. There are a couple of players like that, right? Like I'm thinking of like 3point. I would think of Quanta. Unfortunately, it does feel like Quanta has silently retired. I was a big Quanta fan. I love Quanta. I love Quanta. But think of 3point, think of Honmono as well. They kind of came hand in hand. Thinking of Rebellion. I would imagine that Rebellion was also around from the beginning as well. Maybe like a Teshi sort of thing. Quanta played a King of the Hill game recently. Oh, that's really cool if you did. I miss Quanta. Big fan. Big fan. I got a soft spot for Quanta. Maybe he's both. He's memeing about everyone being from Texas. He's memeing. Ah. He's clearly from the Netherlands. Aye. He's pretty tall. It's like Kevin. As for now, we do see 1-1 setup here from the 3point going into Mass Ling. Okay, this is something we haven't seen today. We're not taking gases. No extra gases, no Hydras, no Spire, no Lair, pure Ling and only Zergling for the time being. Gases have been delayed, and this would shut down, this would punish any kind of heavy move out. Speaking of, GuMiho is pushing with Stim. Remember, it was a 3 ranks opener, CC first into 3 ranks into Stim. That's about to hit. Stim is almost done. He's almost done. And then he can push. Lair just now starting. That's going to be a 4:30 Lair timing. Into Hydras, into Lurkers. Here comes GuMiho. He's moving out. Catching up the Zerglings. Yeah, nice kiting. Nice kiting out of GuMiho. He cleans up every single Zergling. He's moving out. And how much do we have to defend? That's the big question here. How much do we have? Remember, medevacs are delayed. So every Stim does hurt. GuMiho takes a good fight, but I don't think GuMiho has enough to keep going. Not without medevac support, and he doesn't. Yeah, he stays back. He traded well for himself, but he's going to be stuck in the Zelnaga tower. This is allowing 3point to build up more Zerglings, and Lurker tech is on the way. When he's going to catch out the Marines. Yeah, it does catch him out. Very nice catch here by 3point. Takes down every single Marine. Yeah, GuMiho overextended. He took a good fight initially, but he did overextend. Gets caught out on the map, and GuMiho caught with his pants down. 3point. Can he keep going? And he attempts to come in for the surround, but yeah, has to calm down. Has to calm things down here. He's just buying time. He's just buying time for Lurkers. 3point is almost there. GuMiho's in a really rough place. He's in a really rough place. GuMiho's third CC is heavily delayed. His third base is delayed because of the third ranks, because of the factory, because of the starport. This had to get more damage done. GuMiho is falling behind. He's falling behind, so the pressure's on GuMiho for these drops to get damage done. If he can get some damage done, then of course he can recover. We can have that back and forth. But the pressure is on GuMiho. Things are keeping up. They shut GuMiho down. And again, the map was just pointing out the upgrades, of course, the 1-1 advantage here for 3point. That's why these leagues are trading so well, thanks to those upgrades. And here come the Lurkers. Lurkers are on the way. We also have Overlord Speed on the way for 3-point, which might be indicative of drop play. But now he has to defend against the drops of his opponent. Drop into the main. Things are waiting. Does boost in. Does go for the boost. Wouldn't mind saying we'll borrow it. Oh no! Match is going to be going up. Lens 1, lens 2, lens 3. A nice connection towards the end, but will be cleaned up. Mainly killing Zerglings, not drones. So we have drilling pools on the way, so bio-mine. Marines, they run into lurkers. Despite that, they get a couple of drones. A couple more workers go down. For the most part, I'm still preferring our Zerg player's position here, just because he's got his Lunker tech, he's taking up into Queens, in towards Hive tech as well. Queen's Nest is on the way, and GuMiho's been bleeding out a lot of supply. And as we mentioned, like, GuMiho's economy is delayed because of his build. Because of his build, this third base is very late. He's just now getting it up and running. I see AJ Skater in the chat. I got a microwave. You got another microwave? Yo, do you have a microwave on your microwave? Crazy. Crazy. Look after yourself. Este AJ Skater. So here comes that Hive. Oh, GuMiho going for his own drop there. GuMiho moves out as he moves out. 3-point moves in. He's pushing in towards the bases. He will break the expansion. SV is going to be going down. Oof. Oh, brutal mine shots, but alas, he does force friendly fire. 20 SCV kills, and 3-point he may have just done it here. Again, GuMiho, most of his armies across the map. Remember, he's going for that drop. So he has less Marines to defend. He only has the one tank. 3-point, he does the mineral line, and he defends back at home as well. He defends the main base, and 3-point he will overwhelm. Nice control of that GuMiho, very nice. Cleans up the lurkers. But he's still down in economy. Defending is not good enough. Surviving is not good enough. Yo, we got the Defiler mound. We haven't seen any defilers at all yet this tournament. We might get there. We might get there. Maybe. As this is becoming our longest game. But it's looking a little bit bleak here. Very nice mine connections though. 3-point does take the mines to the base, but he does get into the natural. Takes down the tank, gets another surround. This time base at the mine shots, and the natural base has been broken. We were hoping to get into spellcasters, but GG gets called, and 3-point he will overwhelm. He will take over the natural base, and 3-point will claim the series 3-2, taking down GuMiho. GG. GG, well played. A very cheeky build out of GuMiho. Remember, GuMiho who went 3-rank stim, he went for a 3-rank stim timing, and in the end, he fell behind because of it. He had a later expansion, later tech. Initially, he traded well against the Zerglings, but if you remember, he got caught out in the center of the map. And after he lost his momentum, after he lost his Marines, he lost a lot of momentum. He lost a lot of momentum in that game. He did set himself behind as a result. 3-point was secure as well. Teching up, getting more bases, building up his economy, keeping up with the drop play as well, and from there was able to snowball out of control. GuMiho had some nice moments, of course, but again, it was just a really rocky start that set him behind. On top of that, when it comes to that third base, the third base here on Purity Industry, at least that forward third is very exposed, it's very wide open, more difficult to defend, more easier to abuse, and 3-point did abuse it. GG, well played. Congratulations to 3-point as he does claim the series. Congratulations. And now we have our confirmed players. We have our confirmed players making it through the group and making it into the playoffs. Here we go, quickly catching up as we switch our scenes over and catch up on the bracket itself. From the top, from the very top here, we have Bjorn. Bjorn took down Kiwi in 2-1, took down GuMiho 2-0, and Bjorn, he makes it through in first place. GuMiho took down threepoint initially in the series in the tournament, and likewise threepoint eliminated Kiwian, and we had threepoint getting his revenge. He may have gone down to GuMiho initially, but he does take down GuMiho in the best of 5, and with that, threepoint will join Bjorn in the playoffs. And we have one Zerg player confirmed. One Zerg confirmed for the playoffs. And will we get any more? I don't know if there are any more. I think Rumiath might be in some of the other groups. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. All right, and Rogue, of course. Rogue as well. How could I forget? But yes, with that, Bjorn and threepoint, they make it through Group B. Congratulations. My condolences to GuMiho and my condolences to Kiwian. Again, we didn't really have, or at least I didn't really have much high expectations for GuMiho. I was curious to see how his Brood War would be. How his Brood War play would be, but again, still a little bit rough around the edges. But again, he doesn't play it too often. Like, it's not really what he does indulge in too much. And with that, he does go down. Likewise, along that similar vein, I'm very curious to keep my eye on players like Rogue and players like Cure. I mentioned before, GuMiho, he isn't the only player that was invited in who's a little bit less versed in SE Evo. The other two that I recall are Rogue and Cure. So I'm also curious to see how they play StarCraft Evolution and where their strengths lie, where their weaknesses lie. I do recall that Cure was very similar though, because I was going over some of the round of 28 results where Cure, I don't think he won a single game with Brood War Terran, but he won every game with SE2 Terrans. Like, that's what Cure was relying on as well. So I'm curious to see if how he does perform. Likewise, curious to see how Rogue performs as well. I'm curious. But otherwise, GG. Otherwise, GG will play. Congratulations to both Bjorn and threepoint. And we will be back in a couple of days with the remainder of the group stage. Bam! As you can see here, when it comes to our schedule, you can see we have a week full of StarCraft Evolution. We just wrapped up with the Tuesday morning broadcast. And as you can see, we're going to be live this evening at 9 p.m. KST. That's going to be 10 p.m. AEST. That'll be in around 8 hours. In 8 hours time, we're going to be live with OSC King of the Hill. OSC King of the Hill is going to be here on the channel. Tomorrow we're going to be live with Picasso Cup, and you can see that we're going to be back with StarCraft Evolution on Thursday and Friday with Group C and Group D respectively. So Thursday, Friday, back with SE Evo. We don't have SE Evo on Wednesday tomorrow because of Picasso Cup, and we have the Pondcast on Thursday and Lily Cup on Friday. Now, as you can see here, the weekend currently is empty, but it was only empty until a tournament did announce itself. Did happen this morning, did happen a couple of hours ago as we went live. That is Maestros of the Game. That is a big offline event happening in France, and their online portion starts this weekend. So this weekend we are going to be casting. We just left it open because tournaments weren't fully announced yet, but we are going to be casting Maestros of the Game. That is going to be Saturday and Sunday, if not mistaken. We'll have to confirm the times exactly. We'll have to confirm the times. That is going to be this weekend. When it comes to StarCraft Evolution, StarCraft Evolution, the playoffs are also going to be this. I hope you're enjoying your time in China, papi. Yes, the Patty Mac. Hope you had a great time. I've been lunking on the Instagrams. But thank you so much for the raid. We're wrapping up, papi. we're wrapping up. We just finished. We just finished. But yes, this weekend we're going to be covering the Masters of the Game. I believe the StarCraft Evolution playoffs are this weekend as well. Most likely we are going to cast via replays. Most likely we're going to have a replay cast of SE Evo throughout the course of the week, as I believe it does clash with Masters of the Game. If I'm not mistaken. I believe they do clash. Of course, I can double check. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Check out our YouTube channel. Of course, we do stream every single day, multiple times a day for the most part. And likewise, if you can't watch us live, then you can watch us over on YouTube, as we are live on a daily basis. And all the VODs are saved on YouTube as well. Just catching up on the Twitch, catching up in the chat. Defy those, please. Almost got there. But thanks for watching. Thanks you so much for the support. We do appreciate it. Again, we just wrapped up our broadcast, and we'll be back tonight with OSC King of the Hill, or tomorrow with Pigstar Cup as well. So we do have some more casts around the corner. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching. Again, Masters of the Game is going to be this weekend alongside some SC Evolution playoffs as well. We might be able to cast some of it live, but I'll have to double check the times of all of that. We'll have to double check. Regardless, thanks for watching, and stick around. We're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. We'll find someone to send everyone over to. Who is live at the moment? I see Chris is live. I see Nina's live. Dave Testa also live. Snake Style. It's been a while. Been a while since I've seen Snake Style streaming, actually. We'll find someone. We'll find someone to send everyone over to. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much for the support. We do appreciate it. And sorry for raiding almost immediately. But thank you so much, Patty Mac and Baby Links as well, for the raids. Thank you. Thank you so much for the support. We do appreciate it. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you tonight or tomorrow. See you then. Ciao, papi, ciao. See you next time.